Good afternoon, everyone, or it's afternoon here for the moment. Hey, let's get started. Today I want to talk a little bit about IVs and why IVs are important, but also I want to talk about awareness of how we use electrolytes. Anna's going to be helping me out today. She always has great questions and kind of keeps me on task. So let me start with awareness. Part of our mission with Light Balance is to help you become aware of the taste of all these wonderful salts and how you can actually add a balanced electrolyte solution into your body on a regular basis as you choose with the products you want to mix it with, from juice to milk to eggs to oatmeal to anything you want. Why is this important? Because basically the studies show, and please look these up, Google about IVs, find out that saline solutions that are mostly chloride have their own sets of problems, and balanced electrolytes are more important. But even more importantly, check into the difference between oral electrolytes and IV electrolytes. And I think this is where you'll find out that Light Balance is an extremely safe and effective electrolyte to use. And the reason for that is quite simple. When you use an injectable electrolyte, you need a nurse to do that. You can't do that yourself, it's not safe. Number two, you bypass your kidney, which is your body's natural defense mechanism to protect you and to resource completely which salts you need. So even though in this bottle we may put 7 salts, when they come out of this bottle into your body, they're like 21 different little mineral elements that your kidneys can source and put together the way your body needs them, which will be different than mine and different than Anna's. And the whole idea of raising awareness is so that you can see this for yourself. The truth is self-evident. You'll find it out. One of the ways you can do that is by tasteability. We come back to this all the time with Light Balance. Aside from the fact that it's a balanced solution that has potassium and sodium and magnesium, plus chloride, sulfur, bicarbonate, and phosphorus, so it's a very, very rich mix of electrolytes, you can also use taste by the cap. So you can put a capful in a glass of water and sip on it. Do you like the taste? If you can't taste anything, put a little more in, see how it tastes. If it's too salty, you can dilute it. If it's not tasteful enough, you can add more salt. This gives you a window on what your body wisdom is asking for, and that awareness is at the focal point of what Light Balance is all about. We're trying to develop that awareness in a bottle that we can pass on to you so you can use it more as a tool, like a compass, something that can direct you to when you need more or less and what you can do about that. This is a healthful electrolyte that creates what we call a consistent kind of wellness. Chronic wellness is what we joke about here. How do you get chronic wellness and resiliency into your body? It takes time. It doesn't go quickly. Most of the product that you see on the market is a rapid rehydration tool. Again, an emergency foothold. It's when you get in trouble, and I have no issue with that. But I'm looking at a long-term solution. I want you to be healthy for the long term. I want you to have better rest, the ability to have better activity, mental clarity after you sleep, feel good about yourself and your body. The only way you can do that is to become empowered. The only way to win the healthcare game is to become better at the healthcare game as an individual, and then you need that system less. You take better care of yourself. Light Balance does better really well. It's quite simple in the mix. Anna, do you have anything you want to add to that?
I know, I'm not sure I do. I was going to kind of take a look at our notes here, but I feel like, I think one of my questions I would ask is that how come, give me a little bit of the history of Light Balance.
Well, that's an
evolution.
evolution.
The evolution.
The evolution. Well,
yes.
This is a long story, 40 years in the making. We started off looking, at the time we started, we knew there was a product on the marketplace, one small product. You could rarely find it in stores. Gatorade was brand new. It just was brand new. And the big news was that the coach in Florida that came up and decided his team wasn't doing well in the heat, so he came up with the oral rehydration solution, which was developed probably 30 years ago. It's a great solution. Salt, sodium chloride, and sugar. That's it. But to make it more palatable, they added some flavor. Interestingly enough, it was very successful for the football team, and it was really helpful. So rapid rehydration was the first marketplace entry on an electrolyte solution. For us, though, we had a lot of people who we worked with in our supplement company that were trying to be healthy with problems they couldn't solve through a doctor.
Right. And Gatorade is mostly sodium chloride.
Sodium chloride.
Okay,
Mostly
with
sodium
sugar,
chloride.
which is kind of what's in the. I mean, as far as an IV bag goes, as well.
Right. That's
we're
pretty
looking
much what they use for rapid rehydration in a hospital. There are other formulas, I might add, that are more effective, but you don't always get that necessarily when you go there. You kind of have to know what you want. That's kind of why I'm talking about awareness. I think it's important to realize that if you look up saline solutions and IV bags and you look at what's being offered for rehydration in a hospital, if you're on chemotherapy and you have to go back in after you've had your first treatment, you come in the next week and they're like, oh, you're dehydrated. Think about this. Your awareness helps choose what you're going to do about your dehydration. And by choosing the simplest, lowest cost thing on the supermarket shelf that's brightly colored like the soda pop of electrolytes,
You're doing yourself a disservice.
I think you can do better. And I think your awareness can lead you to that without me trying to tell you what that should be. I think if you look at the information that's out there, you're going to be surprised to find out there are better, more well-developed electrolytes than what you can find for 39 cents at the supermarket store. And if you really want to take care of yourself, good care of yourself, and become really robust, I don't think you should reach for the bottom shelf in the supermarket. I think you should challenge yourself to explore a little bit more, challenge your education, challenge your awareness, and look for those products that actually offer you a very robust formula. And I don't care if that means you're going to the hospital, or you're going to your doctor, or you're picking up Life Balance on the shelf in Amazon. Challenge the wisdom, find out what's true for you, use your sense of taste for your body wisdom, and by all means, give yourself a chance to get the best you can get for yourself.
And there's you cannot. Your tasteability will determine how much you can take.
Right, that's another point.
And the fact that this can do no harm.
Well, by the way, this is true. It's really hard to hurt yourself when you're taking an oral electrolyte. You're using your taste buds. You actually can taste it when you use it. And that's a really fine taste to me. And that's in the research that says you're okay and in a safe place for that. You can use it with your children. You can use it for adults. You can use it with your dog or your cat.
Yeah.
You can put a little bit in a bowl with some water in it, and you can put it next to a freshwater bowl, and they'll make the choice which one they want. It's like a salt lick in the forest. They'll choose what they want. I've used it on my parakeets for years when we raised birds. They had their own little saltwater dish, and they would drink it regularly. So it's a really safe product to use. And again, the safety of using an oral electrolyte, it cannot be overlooked. It is far more safe by 100-fold than an IV electrolyte. That's the first thing you should know, and you can research this. Don't take my word for it. Go look it up.
Yeah.
The fact that this is also cost effective, in other words, this is like 35 cents a shot. You're not paying a lot for it, and actually, you can put it in anything you want. So you get a lot of use out of it. And the last thing is, it's an extremely efficient and effective electrolyte for everything from rapid rehydration if you mix it with a little sugar, to just keeping you stable on a hot day just with water, or if you want a recovery drink, mix it with chocolate milk or regular milk before you go to bed at night. It's a really great thing.
Because of the calcium.
Because of the calcium.
Yes.
By the way, that's the fourth electrolyte. We give you 3, you bring the 4th. Bring your calcium along. Yogurt, kefir, milk, chocolate milk, great recovery drinks.
Salads.
So you put it on salads, you can put it in soups, you can put it on your chicken when you're barbecuing.
Yep, ground turkey.
You can't
Yep.
hurt it. You can leave it in the car. It can get warm. It doesn't have to be refrigerated. It can even get crusty around the top. It's still good crystal salts. Try it. You're going to find out it works for you. I won't keep any longer. Thanks for listening. Have a great afternoon. Take care.